Welcome back, you all, to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you are a returning viewer, thank you so much. But if you are a new viewer, please subscribe and hit the ring bell so you never miss an upload. But today we're going to talk about something that I think needs to be talked about. If you was a female and you're young, and or if you was young and had children at a very young age, this is the video for you. So let's get right into it. This is a story time for being pregnant at a young age. Okay, so how can I relate? Well, of course, that means I've experienced it. I was young when I had my first started having kids. I was 15. Yes, I was 15 when I found out I was pregnant with my first child. And then I turned 16 when I had her. So a lot of people think that me and my daughter are actually sisters, and I'll be like, no, that's my daughter. And they just like, huh? But yeah, was it hard having a baby at 16 years old and being pregnant at 15? Yes, it was. I had no idea what, raising a kid was going to be about, or what it was like. It was, I was basically a kid raising a kid. So it was a lot that I had to learn. I have 4 kids now, and the things that I did as a parent and learned from as a parent when I was a younger mother, I don't do those things anymore as far as being a mother now, because I still have 2 young kids who are not up and out of the house just yet. My 2 daughters, I have one that is 21 years old, and I have one that's about to be 19. Then I have a son that is 12, and I have a son that is 10. And so my 10 and 12-year-old, of course, they still here at home, and I'm raising them. But it was a lot that I had to learn, so much that I learned being a young mother. And it was a lot that I did and made mistakes as being a very young parent. Now, let me help you all with tips, giving you tips on how to be an effective, responsible young parent. Don't make the mistakes that most women make when we are young having children. So I hope this video blesses you, that you will take it and just really apply it to your life as being a young parent. One thing that I know that that I've experienced that you shouldn't do. Don't knock people out of your life that's trying to tell you the right thing concerning a kid. Take all of the wisdom that you can concerning raising a baby. If you are young, they're not telling you to be all in your business or trying to tell you what to do. It's really suggestions on how to be a better, effective parent. So if you have a mother, auntie, or somebody in your life that is trying to tell you and give you some suggestions on how to do it better, don't take it offensive like, you trying to tell me what to do with my baby. Don't try to tell me how to raise my baby. This is my child. Don't have that kind of attitude, because if you have that kind of attitude, you're going to make a lot of mistakes. Trust me, I know. You're going to make a lot of mistakes. I really suggest that you just take it all in and learn from it, because I promise you, they're not telling you that to try to take over your parenthood or your motherhood of being, a parent. It's really trying to help you. That was one of the mistakes that I made as a young parent. I didn't want to hear what nobody had to say. Like, you couldn't tell me what to do with my kid. And that was a big mistake, because when I had other children, I wish I would have sat down and listened and learned from what, people was trying to tell me about raising a baby. Tip number 2, and another mistake that I made as a young parent. This is my first baby, and I was just like, my baby gonna have everything. I'm gonna get my baby everything, and whoop-de-woo. And I didn't want to accept anything like secondhand clothes or hand-me-downs or anything. Like, I didn't want to accept any of that. Well, let me tell you something. Okay? Oh, it got real after a while. It got really real. And then I was like, oh, I wish I would have got them clothes, because yes, it starts to get in your pocket. Okay? It starts of course, you're going to have the finances to raise a child. So let me help you with this. Take what you can to be able to help your child. If somebody is giving you some nice, decent clothes, although they're secondhand clothes, but it's not tore up or stained up or whatever, I advise you to take it, okay? Don't be all up in, prideful, like, my baby's too good for that. I don't need that or whatever, because I'm telling you, you're going to be struggling down the line. And tip number 3, don't think that your baby daddy always going to be there. We all make this mistake as a young parent, a young mother. We thinking, oh, I'm going to marry my baby daddy. He loves me. And next thing you know, he ups and leaves. Am I telling the truth? He ups and leaves. And then you are left with all of that responsibility of raising that child. Do not, let me say this again. Do not depend on your baby daddy. Because if you depend on him, that means that you relying on him to do everything for your child, and you won't step up and do anything for your child. So don't expect, just because he's your baby daddy, that he's going to buy these diapers or get the formula or come and get the baby. No. Long story short, you're going to be the one who end up with those types of responsibility. It may be all good in the beginning, but it doesn't last. It's statistically known that it does not last with baby daddies being in the child's life or as a father to that kid. It's statistically known that mothers are the ones who are ultimately taking care of the child. So if you're a young parent and you thinking your baby daddy is going to be around forever, don't count on that. I need you to go ahead and make sure that your baby has everything that he or she needs by any means necessary, regardless what, if the baby, now it's a good thing if the baby daddy is in the child's life. And I pray and hope that, he will continue to be in the child's life. But majority of the time, statistically known that it does not last and the baby fathers walk out. Okay, and then you got half doing baby daddies or part-time baby fathers. They only show up and pop up when they want to. So this is why it's important for you to go ahead and make sure that your child has everything it needs regardless. Okay, that's why it's a system called child support. Okay, and just because they paying child support still don't mean they're going to come and get the baby. Doesn't mean that they're going to spend time with the child. Doesn't mean it's going to buy the child anything extra on the side like you would want him to. They're just going to pay the money and go on about their business. And they feel as if though they're taking care of the child. So get your mind out the gutter and make sure that your child is being taken care of. I don't care how old you are having a kid. Just know this and just hold on to this. Take care of your child by any means necessary, okay? That was a mistake I made when I first started having children, thinking that my baby daddy was a drug dealer, okay? He was one of those sources around here. He just was getting it, okay? He was getting it, and me and the baby didn't want for anything. Oh, but things had changed when we broke up. When we broke up, he went his way, and then he started getting into some trouble or whatnot. And he wasn't effectively there all the time. But then once he grew up out of that stage, and I'm glad that he did, he eventually stood up and stepped up and said, this is my child and I'm going to take care of my daughter. And then he became one of the best baby daddies that I have. I have 2 baby daddies and 4 kids. I have one by one guy and the last 3 by the same guy. So he ended up being the best baby daddy that I have. Great father. So just because everything is looking good at that time, you still have to make sure that your child is taken care of regardless. Okay. So don't make these kind of mistakes. Just know that that's your child and you have to take care of your child regardless. You might not have family. You may not have friends. You may not have a support system. But make sure that you take care of your child. And be responsible if you don't want any kids. There's birth control. There is condoms. Okay? Play it safe. Do it safe. Me, I personally don't believe in abortions. I don't believe in none of that. I believe that if you lay down and open your legs and you having fun, and you end up pregnant, take care of your responsibility. And the reason why I really stand on that is because when we lay down and open our legs up and we have unprotected sex and you catch something, what's the first thing that you do? You take care of that, right? majority of people will go take care of it. Nowadays, a lot of people ain't taking care of it. But you will go take care of it. What do I mean? You will go to the doctor. Okay, you will take care of your responsibility. Go get it cured. If you catch an STD or something like that, you go get it cured, right? It's the same way as having a baby. When you get pregnant, take care of your child. So don't look at it no different, because there's consequences behind it and there's responsibilities behind it. This is all that I have today, and I really hope that it blesses you and helps you. I just wanted to give you these types of tips to enlighten you about being a young mother, because these are the mistakes that we make as a young mother. And I didn't have nobody to sit down and talk to me, and I hope that this blesses you, to enlighten you about some things. But until then, I'll see y'all some other time. Make sure you subscribe, hit the ring bell, so you never miss an upload. Drop down in the comment section below any other type of story time videos you want me to do, or suggestions or whatnot. Drop it down in the comment section, and I will do it. Okay, help grow Frederica Nation, and I want you all to join so we can grow as a family as well. But until then, thank y'all so much. I see y'all some other time. Gotta go.